lamang. Mali naman po yata na sabihin ng ABS-CBN na lampas sa 11,000 ang mga empleyado nito dahil kung ito po ay masusi nating iimbestigahan, may 2,661 at isa lamang. 2,661 ang mga regular na empleyado nito. Ang karamihan po o mahigit na 8,500 na kawani ng ABS-CBN ay tinagurian nilang independent contractors or talents, project workers at contractuals lamang kahit na pang-regular na empleyo ang trabaho nila. Ayon po sa ating labor code, kapag pang-regular ang tungkulin ng isang manggagawa, dapat siyang gawing regular employee. Hindi dapat contractual. Hindi dapat independent contractor, talent o kaya'y project worker lang. Malinaw na labag sa batas ang ginagawa ng ABS-CBN. Sana ay ibalita rin po ito ng TV Patrol upang mabunyag ang libo-libong endo sa kanilang bakuran. ABS-CBN has not regularized its contractual workers and talents despite performing the functions of regular workers. It even forced some of its workers to sign employment contracts containing waiver of the right to regularization. And those who refuse were unceremoniously terminated from work. ABS-CBN has subcontracted most of its production work to subcontractor production companies, despite the fact that production is directly related to its core business. These production entities are paid minimally, whose workers obviously get lesser benefits and take-home pay compared to ABS-CBN's regular employees. And yet, the profit generated by ABS-CBN from its independent production companies appear greater than its expenses, especially those expenses that are even deductible for income tax purposes. Kung kaya't hindi po may kakaila sa publiko na napakarami ng labor cases na hinarap at haharapin pa ng ABS-CBN. Ang masaklap pa po dito ni hindi nagbibigay ng contribution ang ABS-CBN para sa benepisyo ng kanilang mga empleyado. Dahil po sa 2,661 lang ang regular employees nito, ang mga ito lang ang may benepisyo. Ang iba po na mahigit 8,500 na nagtatrabaho sa ABS-CBN ay wala po ni katiting na government-mandated benefits na natatanggap katulad ng SSS, PhilHealth, o kaya Pag-ibig. Kanina po sa opening salvo, narinig po natin na ang kanila pong isinasangkalan ay yung kanila pong mga kawani, mga manggagawa. Ang kongreso pong ito ay nakikidalamhati. Nalulungkot din po. Bakit naman po hindi? Kung pwede po nating ipaghalimbawa, sandali lamang po, ang ABS-CBN sa isang jeepney driver. Alam po niya na wala siyang prangkisa. Nagsakay po siya ng napakaraming pasahero. Yung mga pasahero naman po, bago sumakay doon, hindi naman niya tatanungin sa driver, Mamang driver, mamang chopper, kayo po ba ay may prangkisa? Yung rota po ba ninyo, pinapayagan yan? Wala pong nagtatanong na gano'n kasi mabilisan eh. Pare-pareho pong nagmamadali. Anong pong masita siya ng LTFRB? Gagamitin po ba nung driver na yon o nung taxi driver na yon o yung bus operator na yon? Kawawa naman po yung pasahero namin kung patitigilin mo ngayon. Meron pong pupunta sa ospital, meron pong pupunta sa trabaho, meron pong pupunta sa eskwela. Napakarami pong gawain itong mga taong ito. Ito po ba ang ibibigay po ninyong halimbawa? Hindi po ba dapat kayo muna ang kauna-unahan na nag-isip ng kapakanan nila? Ilagay ninyo sa magandang kalagayan ang pagpapatupad ng prangkisa ninyo at wala pong malalagay sa alanganin. Huwag po ninyong isasangkalan ngayon ang inyong mga manggagawa at kani-kanilang pamilya. Hindi po ganun. Sasagutin po ninyong aligasyon na ito, hindi po sa pamamagitan ng emotional appeal. If this indeed the true house of the people, the Committee on Legislative Franchises must side with the poor workers of ABS-CBN in denying its franchise, justice to them will be finally served although ironically, this will also entail some sacrifice on their part. Political bias. ABS-CBN has been biased and partisan in favor of particular candidates and against certain candidates during the 2010 and 2016 presidential elections, contrary to the terms of its franchise and in violation of the Omnibus Election Code. Hindi naman po lingid sa kaalaman ng marami, kung hindi man lahat, kung paano naging pro-Noynoy Aquino ang ABS-CBN noong 2010 at pro-Grace po at Lenny Robredo naman noong 2016. It is also a matter of record that ABS-CBN failed to air some of President Duterte's political advertisements during the 2016 campaign period, despite receiving the payment for said political ads. Ang masakit po dito, kung hindi pa sila pinigilan ng korte sa pamamagitan ng isang TRO, ay nakahanda na palang ipalabas ng ABS-CBN sa bisperas mismo ng pagtatapos ng campaign period ng 2016 presidential elections. Ang mga anti-Duterte advertisements na binayaran ng isang dating senador, sinadya ang timing para hindi bigyan ng pagkakataong makasagot pa si Mayor Duterte na noon ay kandidato bilang presidente. Mabuti na lamang at napahinuhod ng ang korte ng petisyon ni Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano na noon po ay Vice Presidential Candidate ni Pangulong Duterte at dagliang nag-issue ng TRO ang korte sa ABS-CBN. It is now a public knowledge that President Rodrigo Duterte and Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano expressed their disappointments over ABS-CBN's unfair reportings and meddling in previous elections. For those opposing the franchise application, hindi na po dapat payagan ng ABS-CBN na muling pakialaman ang politika sa ating bansa. Panahon na para ang taong bayan ang pumili ng mga namumuno na gusto nila at hindi ang napipisil ng ABS-CBN. Paalala lang po sa ABS-CBN, you are a broadcasting company, not a political kingmaker. Either you play ball or you play fair. Multiple channels in one franchise. Mga kababayan, inabuso po ng ABS-CBN ang kanilang prangkisa. Sa hindi nila may paliwanag na dahilan o maaari namang sinadya na gamitin ang kanyang prangkisa para sa isang channel lamang, pero gumamit pa ng ibang prangkisa ng telekomunikasyon na hindi naman pang broadcast upang mas kumita at makapagbenta sa pamamagitan ng maraming channels. ABS-CBN violated the terms and conditions of its franchise by offering its TV Plus boxes for a one-time fee but using the free-to-air signal authorized in the franchise granted by Congress at no cost to ABS-CBN. Tubong lugaw, ika nga. But this practice of ABS-CBN without permission from Congress or the National Telecommunication Commission is killing the cable industry, which depends on monthly-based subscription of its clientele. At bukod po sa pagbebenta ng TV Plus box sa publiko, sa Kapamilya Box Office Channel na nakapaloob dito, ay nagawa pang maningil ang ABS-CBN sa bawat pelikulang gustong mapanood ng publiko sa KBO Channel. Ibinenta na nga ang TV Plus box, ibinenta pa rin ang mga palabas na pwedeng mapanood sa TV Plus box. Dobleng tubong lugaw na po ito. Hindi po saklaw ang mga ito sa prangkisa na ipinagkaloob ng Kongreso sa ABS-CBN. ABS-CBN, contrary to the terms and conditions of its franchise, operated this pay-per-view channel, otherwise known as the Kapamilya Box Office, or KBO, without a valid permit from the NTC, and despite NTC's order to refrain from operating a PPB until the issuance of an appropriate guideline for the same, ABS-CBN continued its operation until the expiration of its franchise on May 4, 2020. Tax evasion. ABS-CBN also violated the terms and conditions of its franchise by engaging in tax avoidance schemes, which deprived the government of the much-needed revenue. It used its wholly owned subsidiary, Big Dipper Digital Content and Design, Inc., a PESA-registered company, as tax shield. Its main customer is ABS-CBN Hungary. And because of this unconscionable tax avoidance scheme, ABS-CBN alleged effective tax rate in 2018 was at negative 5%. This means that ABS-CBN managed to avoid paying taxes in 2018. Bakit po ang GMA7 na hindi naman kasing laki o kasing yaman ng ABS-CBN ay nakapagbayad ng buwis sa pamahalaan ng 1.6 billion pesos noong 2018? Samantalang ang malaalamat na ABS-CBN ay walang binayarang buwis. Bakit naman nakalibre ang ABS-CBN noong 2018 sa negative income tax nila na 84 million? Ibig sabihin po nito ay may tax credit pa ang ABS-CBN at ang gobyerno pa ang lumalabas na may utang dito. Wala pong pagkakaiba ito, mga kababayan, sa isang taong nangutang sa tindahan, binigyan pa ito ng sukli. In 2019, ABS-CBN again did not pay its rightful taxes. It avoided this by entering into compromise agreement with the Bureau of Internal Revenue, with the latter accepting the settlement of 152 million pesos plus from ABS-CBN, equivalent to only 40% of its assessed deficiency in income tax, value-added tax, and documentary stamp tax payments. But this is only one among the 4 other cases lodged by the BIR at the Court of Tax Appeals, all of which were also settled by compromise. Bakit po ganun? Hindi po ba nandun sa prangkisa ng ABS-CBN na babayaran nila lahat ang rightful taxes? Kinakailangan po bang sila ay habla pa ng BIR bago sila mapilitang makapagbayad lamang kahit settlement lamang? Ang linaw po ng kanilang prangkisa na babayaran lahat ang kaukulang buwis. Bakit kailangan pong sila ihabla at idemanda pa ng BIR para lamang sila ay makapagbayad? There are also allegations to date that ABS-CBN's Lingkod Kapamilya Foundation, ALKFI, is being used as ABS-CBN as tax shield, and that ALKFI also failed to file donor's tax return and pay the donor's tax. Ito po ang mas nakalulungkot dito, mga kababayan. Kapag politiko o government official ang nagkawang gawa, epal ang tawag dito ng ABS-CBN. Kahit mula pa sa sariling bulsa ng politiko, ang pinanggalingan ito. Pero kapag ito ay galing sa lingkod kapamilya, puro pangalan ng ABS-CBN ang kanilang pinangangalandakan, katulad po ng nakita natin ngayon. Alam naman natin na galing naman sa lahat, sa mga donors ang pondo na ginamit nila. Meron po kayang nanggaling sa yaman ng ABS-CBN. Di baling ang pantulong ng ABS-CBN ay galing sa donasyon ng ibang tao. Di baling ang perang pantulong ay mula sa tax avoidance ng kumpanya. Ang mahalaga ay mapalabas nila sa pamamagitan ng sa mamamayan, katulad po ng nakita natin ngayon na napakabuti at napakabait ng ABS-CBN. Kami po ay naniniwala na unti-unti na pong nabubuksan ang katotohanan sa ating mga mamamayan. Hindi po ba mas maganda at katanggap-tanggap na tumulong sa kapwa ng walang nalalabag na batas at buong sikap pang nasusunod ang prangkisa? Dahil po ba kayo ay nakapagdudulot ng saya, ng aliw sa ating mga mamamayan? Dahil po ba kayo ay nakapagbibigay ng inspirasyon, ng pag-asa, ng katatagan ng loob na kagaya po sa opening salvo kanina ng representative ng ABS-CBN? Hindi na po ba natin susundin o tutuparin, isasaalang-alang ang ating mga batas, ang ating saligang batas, o kaya ang prangkisa ninyo? Makakapagpasaya naman po tayo. makakapag-inspire po tayo nang hindi po tayo lumalabag sa batas. The House of Representatives should endeavor not to grant the franchise application of ABS-CBN because it has deliberately floated the Constitution and other related laws. Even the terms and conditions of its previous franchise to suit its own business and political interest, but to the prejudice of the greater good. The grant of a legislative franchise is merely a privilege and not a matter of right. Congress has the exclusive constitutional authority to award, alter, or revoke this privilege when the common good so requires, as in this particular case of ABS-CBN. We believe that it is but right for the House of Representatives to deny this time the franchise of ABS-CBN for flagrantly violating the Constitution and related laws, even its own franchise, making it unworthy of the grant of this special privilege by the state.
Alam mo kung sino lang ang pinakamatinding magiging kalaban ni Ricardo?
Sino?
Nako, kabahan ka kay si Ricardo. Ang pinakakalaban ni Ricardo.
Sino?
Feeling ko si Kiboloy. Yung nagpahinto ng lindol. Si Kiboloy lang ang magpapahinto ng probinsyano. Abangan nyo yan. Oh. So ano, inahamon kita Kiboloy, pahinto mo nga ang probinsyano. Napahinto mo pala ang lindol eh. Apakayabang nyo pala eh. Sabi niya daw, stop. Sige nga, punta kang gitna ng EDSA, stop mo yung traffic doon. Stop. Iba ka, Kiboloy. Alam mo kung
Kailan mo ba gustong mapa-stop ang probinsyano? Ikaw, magpili ka. Kailan mo gustong i-stop? 1 buwan, 2 buwan, 3 buwan, 4 na buwan? Ikaw. Baka sa 4 na buwan, hindi lang yung probinsyano may stop. Baka pati yung network mo, stop na yan.
Mr. Speaker, ABS-CBN posed the challenge. Obviously, the challenge was accepted. There is no reason to complain. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, DS Marcoleta. We now recognize Speaker Cayetano for a manifestation.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to thank both sides for the opening statements. Very clear sa side ng ABS na paninindigan na walang violation of law. At very clear kay Deputy Speaker Marcoleta na inisa-isa niya yung alleged violation of law. So, katulad ng sinabi ni Congressman Garbin kanina, na dapat less technical para ang tao naririnig lahat, I just like to appeal sa members ng leniency kay Solicitor General. At kahit today natin schedule yung opening statement, bigyan pa natin siya ng pagkakataon sa susunod na hearing to make the opening statement. Kasi kung i-review nyo po ang statements niya, statement na Malacanang, very, very clear po, hindi siya inutusan ng ating Pangulo na pumunta sa korte at gawin yung petition niya. So very, very clear that the champion of the exposing the alleged violations of ABS-CBN is Solicitor General. That doesn't exclude other champions who are here today and other oppositors who have been interviewed on specific alleged violations. Pero si Solgen ang nakapag-put together nung arguments, nung proof, nung ebidensya, nung witnesses. So I don't think we can explain today sa atin publiko ang sub judice rule na claim ni Solicitor General Calida. But I just like to make 2 points. First, kung ganun ang interpretasyon ng sub judice rule, walang hearing na magaganap sa Kongreso. So for example, corruption sa pagbili ng PPEs, ang gagawin lang nung inaakusahan, mag-file siya ng libel case laban dun sa umakusa. Tapos sasabihin na niya, hindi na siya pupunta sa hearing kasi sub judice yung kaso. Di ba? So, kumpleto po ang jurisprudence at yung batas na hindi po, kung paano i-apply yung sub judice rule. Secondly po, and it's a reminder din sa ating resource persons, during more normal times, no, nung hindi pa tayo nag-zoom hearings or session, ang excuse mo lang na hindi pumunta dito, yung you're not physically well, you're physically unable to, you're out of the country. No? But if you will claim the constitutional right against testifying against yourself, if you're going to claim the right of privacy, if you're going to claim sub judice, or any other legal defense, reporters, if they're going to claim the privilege of protecting the information or the informants, sometimes we will allow that, but you have to be here. You cannot absent yourself and then make those claims. You have to be here, make those claims, and then the committee will determine whether tama yung legal excuse na binigay mo o hindi. So, I know that earlier Chairman Alvarado already stated that we will be sending him a letter, but also to extend him the courtesy na makapag-prepare din siya ng opening statement or at least a summary ng allegations against ABS so that to be fair to our executives from the ABS-CBN at sa kanilang mga empleyado, masagot naman nila punto, kada punto. And I think the opening statements today, and we're going to hear some more, are the best evidence na talagang pag nagharap-harap, ang tao makakapag-decide na kompleto yung impormasyon nila. So yun lang po sa akin, appeal na muli nating imbitahin, mula natin bigyan ng pagkakataon at lahat ng oras at oportunidad ang Solicitor General Calida na ma-present yung kanyang nalikom na impormasyon. If this was the budget hearing, he cannot absent himself. And in the budget hearing, any member can ask him, can you give us a summary of the petition you filed against ABS-CBN? So wag na nating hintayin yung budget hearing sa July o August bago natin siya matanong. Para nga harap-harapan po at yung mga membrong naghihintay sa Zoom at gustong magsalita, makapagsalita. Thank you to our two dear chairmen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Joint Committee Secretariats are directed to be more lenient to the Solicitor General, and please ask him to be here on the next hearing.
Before we go on to the closing remarks, the Chair would like to recognize more members present via Zoom. Representatives Lacson, Marco, Extre Romualdo, Nograles, Robes, Romulo, and Ramirez Sato. The Chair would like to recognize now Congressman P.D. Barsaga for the closing remarks.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Rosas.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Just a clarificatory question again. I heard kanina si Honorable Representative Garbin said, sa rules of procedure pa rin po, ikaklaro ko lang po, sinabi niya na ang boboto para sa franchise ay both ba? Committee on Good Governance and Committee on Legislative.
Members ng franchise lang po ang pwede bumoto sa
Committee on Legislative
franchise.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Sa ating minamahal na Speaker, sa Chairman ng Committee on Franchises, pati na sa Chairman ng Good Government at sa ating Majority Floor Leader, sa mga kasama ko sa Kongreso, sa mga kinatawan ng ABS-CBN. Narinig natin kanina ang pahayag ng mga kinatawan ng ABS-CBN sa pangunguna ni Ginoong Carlo Katigbak at kanyang sinabi, "The law is the law." Ang batas ay batas, ngunit ang ABS-CBN ay walang paglabag sa batas na ginawa sa ilalim ng kanilang prangkisa. Narinig ko rin ang sinabi ng ating Deputy Speaker, Congressman Marcoleta, at sinasabi niya maraming violation ang ginawa ng ABS-CBN. Mayroong paglabag ang ABS-CBN sa ating saligang batas sa pagkuha nila ng ABS-CBN ng Lopez family pagkatapos ng EDSA Revolution. Sinabi rin ni Deputy Speaker Marcoleta na ang prangkisa ng ABS-CBN ay umabot na sa 63 taon in violation of the maximum requirement of 50 years sa ating saligang batas. At sinabi niya rin, mayroon ding paglabag ang ABS-CBN sa constitutional requirement na 100% Filipino ownership ang kinakailangan sa mass media sapagkat ang kanilang dating Pangulo, Eugenio Lopez, allegedly is an American citizen. At sinabi rin niya ang akusasyon na mayroong paglabag ang ABS-CBN sa pag-i-issue ng Philippine Depository receipts sapagkat ito ay pinagbibili sa foreigners which would be an indirect violation of the constitutional mandate that it should be owned only by citizens of the Philippines. Mayroon ding umanong paglabag sa ating labor code at paglabag sa pagbabayad ng buwis. Sa katunayan, nagkaroon siya ng comparison sa mga buwis na binabayad ng GMA7 at ABS-CBN. Dahilan sa mga conflicting issues na narinig ko mula sa ABS-CBN at kay Deputy Speaker Marcoleta, kinakailangan magkaroon tayo ng exhaustive hearing at nang sa ganon, talagang makita natin kung ano ang katotohanan. Kaya minumungkahi ko sa ating mga chairpersons na mag-schedule tayo ng hearing at nabanggit naman ng ating majority floor leader that at the end of the session today, bibigyan niya ng karapatan ang mga committee na magkaroon ng session even during the time that we are in recess. Marami pong salamat.
Before we suspend our hearing, may we ask from our guests from ABS-CBN when they will be ready for
Yun ang nalimutan ko.
our next hearing? Kailan po ninyo masasubmit lahat po ng mga kailangan ninyong mga AVPs or presentation documents regarding sa next topic natin, which is yung mga lahat na nabanggit po ni Kong Barsaga? Ano pong schedule ang sa tingin ninyo okay sa inyo?
Mr. Chair, para klaro lang, yung topics na i-cover po natin sa susunod na hearing ay yung mga binanggit po ni Congressman Marcoleta?
Barsaga po.
Okay. Opo. By Friday po, we'll be ready to submit lahat ng documents sa committee.
Baka pwede pong Thursday na lang para...
Thursday po. Opo.
And then, kailan po ninyo gusto mag-hearing? Thursday, then Monday, hearing na tayo.
Kayo po.
Monday po siguro. Kung PD, kung okay nun.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The sooner the better, sapagkat nakatuon ang mata ng ating mga kababayan sa ginagawa natin sa pagtalakay ng prangkisa ng ABS-CBN.
And I think that would also give enough time sa ating Solgen na mag-prepare din ng kanilang opening statement kung tsaka presentation kung mag-a-attend din po sila sa Monday. So we will schedule our next hearing Monday, 9
Mr.
to...
Chairman, just a quick proposal, Mr. Chairman. Sana po makuha na rin natin sa ABS-CBN. Ano po ba yung nature ng kanilang proposal? Is it now a new application? It is now a renewal? Para hindi na po tayo din nagdidebate within the committee in trying to consolidate the bills that we have for renewal and for the new application, let it come from ABS-CBN itself, from their legal, what submission they would want to this committee. Salamat, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Katigbak, who would like to answer?
Siguro, Mr. Chair, I'll defer to our sponsors and co-authors on the particular issue.
Sino mong co-author na mag-ano ngayon dito? Kong Rufus? Ano sa Zoom ba si Kong Rufus? Comsec, pakicheck. Comsec, pakicheck paki-on yung mic ni Kong Rufus Rodriguez. Ay, ikaw na, Kong Arlene? Rufus,
Mr. Chairman.
Kong Mike?
Yes. The reason kaya ko po tinatanong yung ABS-CBN dun sa nature ng application nila, kasi parang humaganda sila na po as the corporate entity to define. Nakita na po nila yung presentation ni Congressman Marcoleta. There were several points about the constitutional limitation. ito pong nature of the bill that we will be discussing now? Will it be a new application? Will it be a renewal? So it would be best, Mr. Chairman, that it comes from the entity itself, ABS-CBN. I would assume that the sponsor later on, whether it's Congressman Rufus or anyone else, would take up the bill. Pero at least makita po natin at walang sisihan nang galing mismo doon sa aplikante ng prangkisa ng ABS-CBN. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Before we recognize Congressman Arroyo, the Chair would like to recognize Congressman Rufus Rodriguez.
Thank you very much, Chairman Chico Alvarez and Chairman Jonathan. Precisely, I have filed a new bill, 6694, to grant a new 25-year franchise to ABS-CBN because it is a fact that the franchise of ABS-CBN expired last May 4, midnight. But I would believe that, as stated by Chairman Alvarez, that the 11 bills that were filed, which were on renewal, could be by the motu proprio by the committee, could now be converted into all new grants because we cannot anymore talk about renewal when there's already a expiration of the franchise. And so if the authors would now join me and if they would signify their intention to be able to amend by manifestation the word extension to the word grant of a 25-year, I think we can join the issues and we can proceed on a new grant, Mr. Chairman. That is my opinion as author of 6694 filed on May 6 after the May 5 cease and desist order of the NTC, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Rodriguez. Congressman Mikey Arroyo.
Mr. Chairman, I believe that this issue, whether or not it is a renewal or an extension, is very important because there are so many side issues, Mr. Chairman. For example, there's a side issue. It may be big to others, but may be small to others. But for example, the issue of their frequencies, Mr. Chairman, if it is a renewal, then do they still have a right to the frequencies they used to use? Mr. Chairman, these are just small issues under this huge umbrella issue we have. So I believe that we should have many more hearings to give an explanation to the experts, to ABS-CBN, to air their side, and to the oppositors. And we haven't heard these gentlemen here. I don't even know who they are. So. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, that's just one of the side issues that I will be asking in the future. So just a manifestation, Mr. Chairman.
Deputy Majority Boying.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to respond to the remark of the Honorable Rufus Rodriguez. The committee cannot amend a bill filed by a proponent at any time. It has to be the proponent himself filing an amendment to their bill filed. But since it has become moot and academic, I believe that it is just proper for them to refile a new bill for a new grant of franchise. I think that's the only way that we can really tackle it together with the other bills, because otherwise we might be violating our own rules, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, actually,
Majority Leader.
A good alternative right now is to consider having the committee file a substitute bill to incorporate those previous renewals, and that can be adopted by the said Committee on Legislative Franchise.
Yes. The Chair is now directing the Committee Secretary to just file a substitute bill to consolidate all the franchise renewals. Congressman PD.
Clarification, Mr. Chairman. If a new bill would be filed, then does it require that there must be the usual procedure, that there must be the first reading, then there must be the referral to the committee? And if this would be the procedure, then we cannot have the hearing next scheduled Monday. Baka ang isipin ng tao, pinagtatagal pa lamang natin to. Bakit hindi na natin i-consolidate na lamang ng committee at gawin na lamang renewal? in order to obviate any technicality, considering, not renewal, but a new franchise, considering that right now, there is nothing to be renewed in as much as the franchise has already expired. Renewal presupposes that the franchise is existing. And we cannot blame our colleagues when they file the bills asking for renewal because at that particular time, the franchise of ABS-CBN has not yet expired. So siguro pwede na sa committee level, you just consolidate and ask the authors if they are willing to amend and to make it application of a new franchise, not a renewal, in consonance with the bill filed by our colleague, Congressman Rufus Rodriguez.
Thank you very much. Bersaga, that was exactly what I said at the beginning of the hearing, that i-consolidate natin lahat ng renewals nung tinanong po ni Congressman Bumble Tolentino. Thank you. So, Congressman Mikey Arroyo.
Chairman, back to my issue, Mr. Chairman. So, do we leave it to the NTC to decide if these frequencies are up for bidding or up for grabs again now, or is it incumbent with the franchise committee to decide that fate?
I think all those questions, Congressman Mikey, will be answered in the succeeding hearings. We will tackle issues, specific issues lang per hearing, and I think in one of our hearings, matatakal po natin yan.
Mr. Chairman, I'm just saying this is a small side issue because I believe the issue that ABS-CBN is trying to say that it is important that we give livelihood to their workers and that they have they can give entertainment and provide news to our people. So I'm not trying to belabor my issue. I'm just saying it is a side issue, but I believe it is of equal importance, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Arroyo. So I will have our...
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Rosas.
Nung sinabit po namin yung renewal franchise, we were banking on what you said nung last committee hearing na i-hear natin yung 12, how many franchises, no? Renewal franchises yon. So, our position is, gusto sana namin yung renewal, yung na franchise, yung pag-usapan, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Herkiap.
Mr. Chair, unang-una gusto ko po magpasalamat at natuloy na po itong hearing na to. At ngayon po, narinig na natin yung opening statement ni Sir Carlo Katigbak na lagi po natin nakikita sa TV yan. At for the first time po, narinig naman natin yung statement ni Deputy Speaker Marcoleta na ito po yung mga sa ngayon ay alleged violations at makikita na rin po sa TV yan. Yun po ang purpose ng hearing natin, na malaman po talaga ng taong bayan kung ano po yung totoong nangyayari. Yun lang po. Gusto ko po magpasalamat sa inyo, Mr. Chair, at sa leadership po.
Thank you. The Chair will also direct the Committee Secretary to talk to all the authors kung amenable sila doon sa ating gagawin na pag-consolidate na lang. So now, before we suspend, ulitin ko lang ating next hearing, Monday, 9 to 1 p.m. Sorry, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Kung okay na po kayo doon para may time lahat mag-prepare. Hearing is suspended until Monday, 9 a.m.